During the college entrance exam, the girl felt something was off with her pencil. It felt heavier than normal and the barcode on it looked strange. What she didn't know was the pencil actually had all the answers printed on it. The barcode lines represented multiple choice options, and the numbers beside it were the answers to fill in the blank questions. With this pencil, they could easily get into their dream university. On the first day of school, Annie met Reese by chance. The two quickly became good friends. Reese often came to Annie for help with test papers. She said if she failed again, her dad would cut off her credit card. Soon it was exam day, and Annie was shocked to find the questions on the test were exactly the same as the ones Reese brought from tutoring. It was obvious the teacher had leaked the exam. Annie finished the test in under 10 minutes. Then she used her eraser to write down the answers. While the teacher looked sleepy, she slipped off her shoe and hid the eraser inside, then kicked it over to her friend. The answers safely reached Reese, but just then the teacher started walking toward them. The two girls were incredibly nervous. Luckily, the teacher didn't notice anything. However, when Reese returned the shoe, she kicked it too hard and it slid into the aisle. Just as the teacher was about to spot it, Annie came up with a quick plan. She turned in her paper early and covered the whole thing smoothly. Thanks to that, Reese got a high score. To show her gratitude, she invited Annie to her party. There she introduced Annie to her rich boyfriend, and that's when Annie's life completely changed. The rich boy asked Annie to help them cheat, and offered her 3,000 baht per subject. He had 5 friends, so she could make up to 300,000 baht. Seeing that kind of money, Annie agreed, because she knew how hard life had been for her dad. All she wanted now was to play a song for him. While playing the piano, she suddenly thought of a new way to cheat. To others it looked like a piano lesson, but to them it was a way to boost their scores. Annie used piano melodies to send the answers. Each of the 4 songs represented one of the answer choices. After a few days of intense practice, everyone had memorized the melodies. Then it was time to put the plan into action. Annie tapped the answers in rhythm on the desk, pausing 2 seconds between each question. The rich kid behind her quickly wrote down the answers. After that test, Annie became famous. Tons of students came to her for help. In just a few months, she made more money than her dad had in years. Until one day, another top student showed up and pushed Annie into a bottomless nightmare.